So to start this episode, we're going to take out this nearby orc town. We already own one of their castles, and I was doing a test run trying to attack this town. Range behaves really weird here, and like you can see here, these lead belchers just aren't firing, and even though there's plenty of units they could attack, like especially the archers at the top, they just decide to sit there and not fire, and it's not like they're out of ammo. Like they haven't really fired anything the entire battle. I think they're locked on one of the melee units that's not visible or something. I don't know how the AI really works exactly, but yeah, because the AI is so wonky here, I've assembled a group of pretty much all melee, and we're gonna have our tank line charge in first, followed closely behind by our two-handed units. And we brought all of our high tier melee units in here, and yeah, let's see if we're actually breaking through. I maybe just want to push through with them, because if we can push through, okay, there's a lot of melee units in there still. Maybe we can't push through that easily. We are number 2-1, so it's gonna be not the easiest to break through here. Oh, and then our Globadiers are actually doing AoE up on those guys, which is good. I have some range units back here. The Globadiers are throwing grenades. They only have like a couple of grenades though. And yeah, we're just getting so many kills. Like the kill feed is lighting up in our favor, which is great. And we might actually be able to just blitz up there with our units. Like, I don't know what's going on. Globadier just threw a grenade over there. Very nice. Probably out of ammo now, I'd say, if I had to guess. But yeah, our troop quality is just way better than theirs. So even though we're outnumbered 2-1, we're really not losing any units. It's really laggy, by the way, and it looks like their archers are actually now bugged on our melee units. The tables have turned, and our range units now are not aggroed on their melee units, which I think were underneath this ladder on the other side. So our archers are actually now shooting at their archers, and their archers are trying to shoot our melee units that are underneath this bridge thing. By the way, how are we doing over here? I just got a hit. I probably should heal potion. Yeah, I'm gonna heal potion. I was getting pretty low there. I have like 7 left, I think. So yeah, I don't really mind using a heal potion. I can't really tell what's going on, but I think we're winning. Okay, the lag has subsided. There was a bunch of units just clumped up on top of each other right there, and that will cause lag, I've noticed. And whoa, there's a lot of archers still up. We need to charge at their archers. And actually, maybe I could get up there. And, oh. Ignore Pain actually just soaked 2 damage, by the way. Shout out to the comment section for telling me to go to the arena in pretty much any town, I think. You can learn these 3 skills. Mighty Blow, I believe, has a chance to do extra damage for 4k gold. Ignore Pain has, I think it's a chance to ignore some damage, or maybe it does it on every attack, I'm not sure. That one costs 6k gold, and the Dodge skill, which gives you a chance to dodge an attack, costs 10k. I just decided to buy all of them because I wanted to test them out, and we did have around 40k, and making money is not that hard. And we're gonna go on a little money-making spree after this siege anyways. And okay, actually, we were successful. We got 27 renown, which, by the way, we're at a pretty good amount of renown. We need 500 to get the really cool dwarf rune weapons, so that's gonna be one thing we're gonna try to accomplish this episode. We did lose 14 units, 96 wounded, because we do have 14 surgery, so our units are really unlikely to die. I'm looking over our units. We didn't really actually lose anything that I care about too much. I don't really care either way if we lose units, because our wages are really expensive right now, and we're kind of hemorrhaging cash. Oh, and they did have a bunch of prisoners here. I forgot about that part, so we can actually hire these prisoners, and we're probably gonna actually get back better units than we lost. Like, we got 3 Master Thunders, really good dwarf riflemen. And yeah, I think in general the quality of our troops actually did improve off of that. And by the way, we captured a ton of enemies because our composition is so melee heavy, and we have a lot of units that are using clubs. The Chaos Troll actually is using a spike club. It does not take prisoners. But like, we brought in 2 of these mercenary rune priests, and these guys will take a ton of prisoners in a battle. So yeah, we're gonna capture 3 trolls actually. Those guys are gonna sell for quite a bit. We'll take the Black Orc Biggins, Veteran Archer Biggins. And I think the Black Orcs sell for more than the Biggins, but I'm not 100%. And whoa, we just got a really good orc headpiece. Unfortunately, we don't have any orc companions, so we're gonna probably sell that, and some nice amounts. And yeah, overall some really good stuff that we will probably just end up selling off. We're also gonna defer the town, and what that's gonna do, well, before we actually figure that out, we're gonna plunder it for 8,400. The amount you get for plundering is, I think, pretty random, but yeah, that's quite a bit. We're gonna keep it all for ourselves. We do have 1 vassal who's not gonna like that, but he wasn't here, so he can shove it. And even if he was here, we would take it all for ourselves anyways, because I'm pretty sure he wouldn't know what to do with that money. But yeah, since we deferred Grand Peak, we get a garrison here, and the garrison actually really sucks. I was doing a test run, and they gave us 6 trolls when I deferred, and a bunch of immortals. We didn't even get any immortals here, so I don't know what that's all about. But yeah, it's time to make some money, and we headed over to this nearby dwarf town. There was a potion seller there, so we bought 3 more healing potions. We're up to 10 now, I think. We sold off all of our random equipment to their goods vendor as well. The orc helmet actually sold for 1750, I think it was. But yeah, I'm looking for a ransom broker broker because we have so many prisoners on us right now. And I'd rather not sell them off to the tavern keeper because he's going to rip us off. We did check Drakenhof and Waldenhof though, and they did not have a ransom broker. Talabeam does have Gotrek here though. That's what I was about to talk about, is we could find a decent companion in one of these taverns. And yeah, we found arguably the best. This dude should join us for 9,000. He's the same price as Thrud, and I actually don't know who's better. Thrud's level 60. And I guess one thing Thrud has going for him is he has 400 in the range proficiencies. Where Gotrek does shine though is not only does he have 480 in one-handed proficiency, he also has 10 willpower, and every 2 points in willpower on dwarves will increase their magic resist. So overall I think that Gotrek is going to be better to bring in dungeons than Thrud for the fact that he does ignore magic damage. And alright, we went on a massive journey looking for the ransom broker through the Vampire Lands, a few of Sigmar's taverns, and then just as I was about to give up hope in the Elf Lands, we did finally run into a ransom broker, which is great. We're going to get a much better profit for selling off like these orc boar boys. We get 192. If we sell these to the tavern keeper, we only get 144. So it's about a 25% increase, and yeah, we're going to get a ton of money from doing this. And what was I not sure about earlier? The orc biggins versus the black orcs. The black orcs are worth more. The archer biggins are only worth 140. The black orc biggins though are worth 322. We got 5 of those. And the trolls are worth 800 each. Mortals are worth 500 each. We got 5 of those, and yeah, we got a bunch of money off of that. And okay, cool. We ran into another one of the ogre companions. This is the second one I've seen, and I'm pretty sure these ogre companions were added in the new update. This guy is more expensive than the other one though. He was actually double the price of the other ogre companion, and he's got 220 in all proficiencies, 9 power strike, 93 HP. And as far as his equipment, he's got this Ogrelick Super Punch, which doesn't have much reach, but it does a ton of blunt damage, and it's fairly quick. So I guess that's like his special move. He's kind of like One Punch Man, I guess, and he knocks people out with it. So yeah, that's awesome. We're gonna give him a shield. And as far as his armor, he's not super amazing by any means. He's got a lot of leg armor though, because these boots give 40 leg armor. And yeah, the dude's gonna fit right in with the composition we're running right now. We have a lot of people that are using blunt weapons, and we're trying to take as many prisoners as we can. And we're actually gonna do that on this caravan right here. In our party, we do have a lot of mounted units that are not using blunt weapons, just in case we run into like a really powerful lord. We want to not be able to get taken out, but we do have a ton of these dwarf hammers, and they take prisoners. And then like those ogre man-eaters, those take prisoners as well. And yeah, we're knocking a bunch of people unconscious here. And we actually ended up wounding 19 of them, 5 of these Black Orc Immortals. I think those guys sold for 500, was it? And that was a trade caravan. They had some fine spice and some regular spice. We'll take that. Some raw silk as well. And that battle was right near Karakarn, so we're gonna go bank all that stuff that we just got. The Immortals only sell for 378, so we lost, what, like 120 each? But it's still something. In the fine spice, the regular spice, and like the random gear. Well, we don't want to sell the thread axe. The raw silk though as well. And all this other stuff is going to give us a pretty nice profit. And all right, we took out a goblin caravan, got a little bit of loot, raided a village, and we banked all that. We were heading back to the orc lands though, and we ran into, I believe this is the orc leader. Dude's got a lot of really nice units, like 17 immortals, 4 trolls, but he does have 16 prisoners and like 2 treekins, which are those big giant tree units. And what I'm thinking here is the prisoners we get from taking this guy out and the prisoners that we rescue that we're able to hire, those together are going to be worth the casualties we take. And they're also being really stupid, by the way. They're doing the line thing. So yeah, we're just having our cavalry follow me, and we're just gonna charge their line, and they're gonna just take so many casualties here from being stupid. So many more casualties than they would have taken if they just charged in like a normal party. Because yeah, like you can see their cavalry are way over there, and like we're in their backline right now, and their cavalry are not doing anything. Like, are they actually gonna do anything? They still haven't charged yet, and like all their infantry are pretty much dead. Oh, we were just zerging them down. They have so many units though. Like, they did outnumber us to start this battle off. And alright, we were victorious. We did lose 7 units. 44 got wounded off of that. Because, yeah, they did have some good units, but I think it was worth. We also got 22 renown too, so that's going to be big. And yeah, we'll take the Treekins, Wild Rider, the Wild Hunters. Actually, these are really good cavalry. We actually had to dump some units just so we could pick those up. But yeah, we are able to capture 12 Black Orc Immortals, 2 Trolls, Black Orc Biggins for sure. Black Orcs, I think, over the other ones. I keep forgetting. And the Boar Boys. And yeah, that's going to be some big profit. Any items? Oh, Lordly Orc headplate for 8k buy value. So it's going to probably sell for 2k, I'm guessing. Still a huge profit. We went back to Karakarnda Bank, and they do have a ransom broker, thankfully. They're going to buy all the prisoners for 14k we got from pretty much just that battle, I think, just for the prisoners. And then the gear plus this Lordly headplate for 2k is going to give us 5k. And all right, we did a bit of farming, took on another trade caravan, raided a couple orc villages, got a bunch of ale, and the elves actually bought the ale for quite a nice profit. In the Elven lands, they had a book merchant, and I'm not sure actually what these books do. I'm thinking this book on the art of fighting with swords does increase weapon master, so I want to read that. And then we also bought the book of healing that gives +1 wound treatment while in inventory. Those books are going to cost us almost 15k. We were traveling along through the orc lands, and we ran into 2 caravans, one orc caravan, and if we intimidate them, they'll actually give us 2400. Actually, both of them will give us 2400. We're just going to do that because we'd rather not actually fight anyone right now. We're heading over to this dungeon, and I want to potentially try to attack maybe like a goblin castle or an orc castle after we try the dungeon. But I do want to do the dungeon first. And speaking of the dungeon, by the way, we finally have one of our runesmiths ready to be upgraded to a rune priest. This is actually the first one that I've ever gotten, and yeah, the rune priest is actually cheaper than the mercenary rune priest. He's got 330 proficiencies, 7 willpower, so he does have quite a bit of magic resist, 81 HP, which doesn't seem like that much, but I think the armor that he wears is just so good. And I was actually just comparing him to the mercenary rune priest. They seem pretty similar. The mercenary has 2 less HP, but does get 1 more power strike for some reason. I mean, it is quite a bit better, I guess, because his weekly wage is only 107. The mercenary is 142. The main thing though is now that we have 2 different types of rune priests, we can bring both of them into the dungeon.